How's it going, everybody? We're here to throw spitballs at some movies and talk about them. I think I'm gonna just relay first memories or something like that when I hit my DVDs. This time.
Okay.
Yeah, just because we never end up really talking about the movies.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay, do it.
All right, we'll get the camera going. If you're tuning into these videos on a Tuesday night and you've never heard the show or you've never watched any of our other videos, I feel sorry for you. We are much better than this.
No, we're not. But they are all up on the YouTube, so you can go back and watch them.
We just do this because it's fun. So if you want to film,
oh, you want me to film the
spitball?
The spitball. Boo, 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 boo. Hit the record button.
Are we recording? Don't film me. Film. All right, I'm going just straight over that way. You ready?
All right.
Oh, for fuck's sake! All right, and one thing that happens every week is I never get one to stick first go. Have to prime it
because you always too you squeeze the paper too much. You need to keep it sloppy.
All right.
Oh,
did you hear that?
Is that on human traffic there?
I think
Wolf Jones.
I think we've got to say human traffic because that's bang right in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Human Traffic, geez, that's a movie that came out around the same time as Trainspotting?
It was very, if not very close, like that and kind of Acid House. They were all those kind of.
Oh, Acid House, yes.
Well, they.
It was
who's the guy who wrote the Trainspotting book? Irvin Welsh.
Irvin Welsh, yeah.
So it was all that kind of, sweaty, drug-fueled
Underworld
British rave kind of movies.
Yeah, and like it was sort of the rise of your Underworlds and Chemical Brothers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was all house music was big in.
What was the famous line that everyone was quoting from
I've never seen any of them.
Oh, was it Nice One, Brother? Nice one, brother. And there's Danny Dyer. Danny Dyer was in it before he was Danny Dyer.
I love Danny Dyer and I love Danny Dyer. I love that he's called his daughter. His daughter is like.
Has he called his daughter Danny Dyer?
His daughter's like Danielle Dyer.
Oh my god.
And so
because he's a bit
she was on like Love Island and a couple of those other shows.
Because he is a flog.
What do you mean?
Danny Dyer is a flog. Like if you ever seen him in real life,
Yeah, he's a regular on the panel show, like 8 out of 10 Cats and stuff. I love Green Fingers, the movie that he's in when he's young.
So Clive Owen?
With Clive Owen and Helen Mirren and. I liked it. I've got a lot of time for Danny Dyer.
I own Human Traffic, but I don't think I've watched it since it first came out. I'm going to have to give it another shot, see if it holds up.
You're not going to do that.
I will.
You're just saying it.
I will. I want to see if it holds up.
I can't imagine that it would.
No, never.
I mean, I don't know. I had no interest in watching it at the time, so very easy to hold up to that.
All right. I did what you did. I started filming you.
Me?
Were you going in the same direction?
I'm going to go down the bottom there.
Ooh, Jesus. Actually, you might want to pick that one up because that is on a paper slip.
Is it? Ooh, it's wedged over a bit to the
You got two Jared Hess movies there, mate.
I wanted it to land on my neighbour's Modesty, which is over there, but my aim is shit, so I ended up with Nacho Libre, which I love the soundtrack
Nacho! Get that coin out of my face!
He's a man.
What happened to Jared Hess? Like, he was, like, on fire. Like, he did Napoleon Dynamite, he did Nacho Libre, he did The Gentleman Broncos.
Fuck, Gentleman Broncos is such a good film. Like disgustingly hilarious.
It is.
But they play it so straight that you don't, like, the whole, because the Gentleman Broncos is about this, like a homeschool kid who wants to be a writer and has written this sci-fi series of books all about space jizz. But no one kind of is like, hang on, you're talking about jizz, right? Like it is.
And that is like Jeremy Clement that's playing the author. Yeah, it's good. But what?
And the hero, the guy who's Sam Rockwell is playing the the kind of the fictional character.
What's Jared Hess doing these days? Like, I haven't really seen anything from him. Has he fallen out of flavor? Like,
maybe he's just doing awesome shit that hasn't been released out here, or it's just he has awesome shit that he wants to do that no one's going to give him money to do.
So, of the films that we know he's done, is Gentleman Broncos your favourite?
Look, I mean, Napoleon Dynamite's pretty good, but look, I reckon for rewatchability, I would definitely have to say that I would give Gentleman Broncos a couple more watches.
I like them all. You're right about Napoleon Dynamite. It's probably the best.
I mean,
the three.
It's that gag where they get the time machine that's just jolts their nads, and they're all like, like that. And I love John Grease. I'm a massive John Grease fan. But that scene, like everyone talks about the Pedro stuff.
No.
The time machine stuff is the gold. Like I think I was hurting. I was laughing so much at that stuff.
And that wedding song.
Yeah.
I love technology. Not as much as you see. I still love technology. Always and forever. But Nacho Libre, like it grows on me every time I watch it. There's something really, really endearing about it. Oh, having a good time at the party. Yeah. Ramsey's number one.
Is it Paz Vega? Is that the... She played the nun that he's kind of in love with?
She's a really hot nun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any... In films, is there any other kind?
No. Or...
Hot nuns.
I'm sure there's a few.
There's a few. Yeah,
we've seen Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
All right, your turn to film me.
Okay.
Just for the sake of comfortability, I'm going to go the same direction.
All right.
Ooh. Oh, it's a Robert Duvall classic, Deep Impact.
What a classic film. And that came out around the same time as Armageddon. It was that period of time where there was always two similar movies put out by rival studios.
Yeah, Dante's Peak and Volcano, and
yeah, and Deep Impact, which I actually always liked more than Armageddon, which was like the Disney.
It's the better film.
I had a major thing for Tia Leone post Naked Truth.
You foolish man.
Yeah. If I would have known that she was so anti-porn, it never would never have happened. But,
and she's in a movie called Deep Impact.
Yeah. And and like Morgan Freeman is the president.
Yeah.
Which is great,
and it ends on a bum note.
Oh, totally! A total downer, and is it Maximilian Schnell is her dad, and Redgrave I think is her mum,
and they embrace at the end.
And it's
Mimi Leader I think directed that. That's
right.
Yeah, it's back then you didn't have many female directors directing blockbusters. You
still don't really.
But you remember when there was a law case a few years ago where Hollywood, don't know when I say Hollywood, someone was taking the Asylum to court over all their mockbusters.
Right.
And all the Asylum had to do was cite all of these copycat films that Hollywood were doing, right? And they won their case. It's a practice that's been done for eons. You had Godzilla, and then you had Gamera back in the day. Like it was just something that was always done.
Well, it just sometimes there's things in the zeitgeist that are similar. I mean, like Asylum is definitely parody, but if it's a parody, then it's allowed to be a parody.
And quite often, like the studios all pretty much tapped into each other, so they knew what was in production, what was coming into production. Half the time,
the scripts have gone around; they've all been pitched to all the different studios.
It's like Fox is doing Deep Impact or whatever. What have we got that's like that?
Like this is going to be a big hit. Like when Pirates of the Caribbean hit, like they all wanted pirate movies.
Yeah. That's right.
I don't know if any actually got made.
Well, there was that Pirates porno. Was that
which was the biggest budget porn of its time.
We all saw it.
It was like that was when like special edition pornos started coming out, and it was like a 3-disc.
This was the first time that like me, my mates, including females, rocked up to the porno shop. Pirates, please.
Yeah. Got to see this. Was that $100?
Yeah.
All right.
Worth it.
Yeah. Just they had it all over us then.
Well, we had a lot of friends, so we just split that for $100. $5 each. Okay.
And watch it all together.
We did.
And just like cross your legs, boys.
We did. And then we found a really freaky animated porno, and some woman kept talking about her dumpster juice.
Dumpster
and
juice.
Any of my friends that are watching this will know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, we really talked about Deep Impact there. So
it was in there.
And your direction?
I'll go the same.
It's going to be habitual.
Ooh, Earth Girls Are Easy.
Or the Evening Star. No, it's.
I think it's the main gob is on Earth Girls Are Easy.
Do you want to rephrase that?
I've gobbed. Earth Goblin easy.
Earth Girls
Famous-
are easy before Jim Carrey was Jim Carrey. Well, he was Jim
Yeah.
Carrey. But
And Damon Wayans. Like Damon Wayans, Jim Carrey, and Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum was really the only
And
name.
yeah, because I don't think Gina Davis was a Victoria's Secret model and stuff like that, but and she'd already done stuff. I
And
think
she was also his girlfriend.
and she was his girlfriend at the
Yeah.
time. Had she done The Fly already?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
They both had.
They both had done The Fly.
Because it'd be odd if she had and he hadn't.
Yeah, and Julie Brown. Julie Brown is the best friend, and the whole gag at the first half of the movie. The gag is that Gina Davis hasn't had sex in a week.
That's right.
And they're all like, a week?
My goodness, has that had a proper release? That's a Magna Pacific DVD.
I think it's had a Blu-ray release.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my hands on it.
I'm pretty sure.
It's a good movie. I love it. Remember, Jim Carrey, before he became Ace Ventura, had made a string of movies. Some of them big. He was in the Dirty Harry movie.
Yeah, he's the
Deadpool
with a mohawk.
Yeah,
but he's in Doing Time in Maple Drive and
yeah. Don't forget Copper Mountain.
Copper Mountain, Once Bitten.
Once Bitten, and he was the headline in Once Bitten.
Yeah,
yeah, strange.
It was the same as George Clooney had was known.
Killer Tomatoes
to kill. Well, he was in Killer Tomatoes, but he was a well-known pilot killer.
Yeah.
He would.
Yeah,
They knew he was good looking. They knew he was talented.
Yeah.
And they knew he was charismatic. But every show he was in died. And the next thing you know, he's Booker, the boss of Roseanne and Jackie in Roseanne, and then goes on to ER and
Rest is history.
breaks the needle.
Rest is history. Well, what
And
was
becomes
he? He's in one of the most underrated.
Batman movies. Is that what you're gonna say?
I saw a list of Batman's rated from best to worst, and he wasn't the worst.
It's not the word. No.
No. Weird. Val Kilmer fell
below. Yeah,
below,
well,
which
it's just not as fun.
Oh, well, Anyway, where was I? George Clooney.
George Clooney.
He's in one of the most underrated comedies of all time, Combat Academy,
Oh, is he?
which was cashing in on Police Academy. And the cover's the same as Police Academy, except they're in military outfits instead of police uniforms. It's written by Pat Proft, who had written that.
Yep.
Or was it... Might have been... who directed Police Academy? Hugh someone.
No idea.
Hugh Wilson.
Okay.
I think that was the connection too. I think he directed both. If I not fact check, it'll be on the screen right there. Anyway, it's a very underrated film. I watched it with the kids several years ago and forgot how hilarious it is. It puts Sergeant Bilko to shame.
2 weeks ago, I did a turd that would put Sergeant Bilko to shame.
Did it look like Klinger from MASH?
It did look like if Klinger had jumped off a 20-story building and splattered on the ground.
And that's Combat Academy.
Yeah. I think that's the first time anyone outside of people in the official Steve Martin fan club has mentioned Sergeant Bilko in any kind of film podcast.
It doesn't hold a candle to Major Payne.
Oh, I watched that great clip from Major Payne on YouTube.
Business is good?
No, it was the scene where they get the biker to beat him up. The kids, which is great. And then the scene that stuck with me on that film was that when the kid's he's scared of a monster in his closet, and he comes in and just shoots holes through the door. He goes, "Well, if he's in there, he's not very happy."
It's so bad, it's good, man.
I saw that movie as in a movie marathon, back in the mid-90s. Hoyts and Village used to do these. I think it was Hoyts. I don't know if Village ever did them, but I lived right near Chatston Shopping Centre, so it was always Hoyts. They had these great movie marathons over this kind of anytime there was a long weekend.
Yeah.
And it started off as 4 movies, so you'd always fall asleep on the third, whatever that happens to be, like Cutthroat Island.
You're obsessed with Cutthroat Island.
I do love a good movie that ended Rennie Harlan's career.
How many of those are there?
There's a few.
Yeah.
There's a few. And Devil in a Blue Dress was another classic third film. Although, once again, Devil in a Blue Dress, have watched it since. It's a phenomenal film. I thoroughly enjoy it. I think maybe Hideaway. No, not Hideaway. Is it The Babysitter with Alicia Silverstone?
No, that's Fear. Oh no, the babysitter.
No, the babysitter.
Yeah, the babysitter.
I think it was the third film.
Yeah.
One of those marathons.
That's a shit marathon.
Ballistic X versus Sever popped up in one, I think.
Wow.
Like I think it was whatever they could get, because you always had to do it by the distributor.
Yeah,
Was how you had to, but people would always just swap and change.
Yeah, I remember the movie marathons I went to were very good. Like we're talking Matrix, Dark City, that kind of thing, and then Time Cop. Just throw that.
Well, it was always like that. Like you'd get like 1 or 2 movies because there'd be like 5 options.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, well, I like movie 1 and 3, but I don't know about number 2.
Bring a pillow.
Or, number 4 would be your dad, and you're like, well, I'm probably going to sleep through that one anyway. Maybe I can just walk home then.
Yeah. If they let you out. Because remember they used to lock you in? Oh, dear. Well done. We went from Earth Girls Are Easy to Major Pain. That's a Wayne's double.
Yeah. Yeah. We should also talk about Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh.
You keep that banana.